Kristin Myers joins me now in Studio 57. She's the editor-in-chief at ETF.com. Thank you so much for being here.
Yeah.
How are the markets reacting, and what questions does this bring up about what happens next?
Yeah, so markets right now are absolutely loving this. They've really hated tariffs, and every time we've seen an announcement from President Trump or from the White House talking about introducing tariffs or raising tariffs, we have seen really markets take a downturn. So with this pause on the tariffs, markets are understandably pretty giddy. Investors are pretty optimistic, and we are seeing markets go upward. Now, what question this raises, that's a really good point. Because we have absolutely no idea, right? Throughout
this has been his chief economic policy.
Exactly. And it is something that has been paused. It has been introduced again. It has been raised. It has been lowered. And now we have the courts getting involved. So where this goes next, I honestly cannot say. I don't think anyone can truly say where we're going with the path of tariffs. And that is something that markets are definitely going to be paying attention to going forward.
I want to ask you about the GDP because the Bureau of Economic Analysis released estimated revised estimates today, showing first quarter down 0.2 instead of 0.3%. So still a decline. What does that tell you? I mean, they point again to the increase in imports driving that number, but what does this data tell you?
Yeah, so that increase in imports is actually all because of tariffs, right? The uncertainty. Markets don't like uncertainty, and neither do businesses. How is a company supposed to know how many goods they should import in any given quarter to then, right, sell to consumers like you and myself if they have no idea how much the import tax they're going to have to pay on those goods is going to be? So what we saw a lot of businesses do in that first quarter is they said, listen, we're going to front load some of that uncertainty. We're going to import more than we normally would to create a stabilization for our prices for our company. And that's why we saw that import number rise. Again, with tariff uncertainty, businesses cannot continue to operate properly, and we're probably going to see a little bit of a roller coaster in some of these import and export figures as a result.
And therefore GDP?
Absolutely.
Okay, so let's talk about first-time unemployment claims. Those climbed more than expected last week. What does that tell you about the labor market?
So the labor market is really a nice proxy of what we see the strength of the U.S. economy. And this is something that we have already known throughout the entire 2025, is that the U.S. economy is weakening. Inflation remains a little bit sticky. It has come down, but there is still some persistence in the inflation report. And frankly, tariffs are inflationary and, again, cause a lot of economic uncertainty. Leave the markets to the side. The markets and the economy are not the same. So when we see these tariffs kind of go up, it's going to impact how much businesses can import, how much they're going to be able to export. That's going to impact the strength of the U.S. economy. We've seen recession risks continue to rise. So for the labor market to really weaken and for these unemployment numbers to increase a little bit is not something totally unexpected. I don't think that we should be, freaking out just as yet. But it's something that you're going to generally expect as the economy continues to sort of have a little bit of softening.
Okay, Kristin Myers, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.